Hey guys, welcome to a review of our 7th session. Unfortunately, this video will probably be up either during the 8th session or maybe a few hours after it. The reason for that is because I actually recorded a review of the Sunday game, but unfortunately I have to switch. I can't say forced to, but asked to switch to Mexico instead of playing Portugal, which was originally planned, and that actually completely changed my topics for Sunday review, and I had to redo it. Well, here we are. And this previous session, what happened was that we had a huge war once again. France, Italy, Soviet Union, Japan, and USA against others. And our fronts in Europe, at least in France and Italy, held pretty well. We actually managed to push into Ireland using American fleet as a distraction here. They were engaged with a British fleet in Caribbean, and we managed to sneak some troops into Ireland and occupy it fully. Unfortunately, USA lost all of their fleet. The plan with frigates didn't really work out, and soon enough UK and Ottomans were able to dominate all the seas completely. And also, I think I might have made a huge mistake by deploying troops into Egypt. I was hoping that they wouldn't have enough reinforcements here, and I actually managed to capture Suez for some time, but then simply Ottoman and British reinforcements were too many, and I didn't have enough. Well, actually I couldn't reach Palestinian coast or Bay of Alexandria or even just Gulf of Suez and get my troops out of there. I couldn't rotate or reinforce, and that really crushed me. Perhaps if those troops were in Ireland, maybe we could have won the war. Maybe it would change it. Now, the timing of the war couldn't have been worse for our side, because Germany just got gas attack, and none of our countries had gas attack nor gas defense. So it was really crushing for Russia because they were just wiped here. And even though Japan actually reinforced the Persian front, somehow Persian troops were actually more, I can't say capable of dealing. They just crushed Japan, which was really confusing for me. Even without full organization, Persian troops just crushed them. So at that point we just realized, so it's gonna die. There's no helping there. What we tried after that was me pushing into Spain, which seemed like a weak spot on their side, but that was repelled by British reinforcements. I am not sure if actually UK had some troops before the war in Spain, and I believe that is the case, or they just reinforced with the fleet. I think it would take them too much time to reinforce with the fleet, and I would actually be able to maybe push through their lines. But anyway, we decided not to wait for the war to become a great war, and just decided to peace out, because that was probably the best option. If the war was actually a great war, then we would have to give war capitulations to everyone, and that means we would be prevented from building any ships or recruiting any new brigades. Also, I think half of our troops and navy gets disbanded, which is terrible. So instead they just handed a bunch of war goals on Russia. I believe Georgia was added. I believe also Persia took some things from them. And then of course Germany, Austria, and Crimea was taken by Ottomans. So all in all, I think the important thing is that we survived the session, even though some players on our side are quite downhearted. I'm actually not, because I think that's possible to make a comeback. Also, when Chino was playing France in this session, and we actually almost managed to push through Belgian and German lines here. I think we actually at some point controlled Namur, but then our attack was repelled with their huge reinforcements. I still think it's quite possible to make a breakthrough somewhere here, but we'll see about that. Meanwhile, Gurn needs to rebuild his navy. I believe he has a decent navy right now, the proper navy, not just frigates. I mean, that's a small abuse, but I'm not sure if that actually works in multiplayer. I don't think, because the people can just merge fleets and create like doom stacks of 100 dreadnoughts, 300 or 400 cruisers. That's just unbeatable. Anyway, we now have a plan. So, on our side, the people that are not downhearted and that actually think we can win are Gurn, playing USA, France, that's Vincinho, or Whistler. I don't know who's gonna be playing them, but never mind. And me. Japan thinks we are, probably thinks we're gonna lose, although he's 50-50. And Butters, playing Russia, just thinks we're getting crushed. Do we actually have someone else on our side? Canada is there, but I didn't heard from them anything. And I guess Gran Colombia will be on our side. Don't know what's happening there also. So the plan is, I actually gave it up. I believe this video won't go online before. No, it definitely won't be up before the session. I'm pretty sure now, because I have 1 hour before the session, and I need to convert it and also upload it, so I don't think I'll manage to do that in time. Anyway, so our plan is, there are 2 or maybe even 3 options. In any case, USA will be reinforcing France with a massive amount of troops. There is just no point in defending Russia anymore, because they proved incapable of holding the lines of Germans and Austrians and Ottomans from the south. They will be invaded from every side, and that is hopeless. Japan should be able to make something happen in India right now. So the idea is, let Russia die. We'll probably be able to liberate them later on if we win the war against Germany. So there are a few weak spots in German defense. Here Freiburg, if you see, they only have artillery and cavalry, they don't have infantry. Same story for Constance. And perhaps those spots can be pushed through. Also, Belgium seemed like a weak spot in the previous war, so I think if we concentrate more troops on Belgium, we can maybe make a breakthrough. The other option, and the more likely option, is just to go everything on Spain, because Spain, let me show you, has only 16 military attack, and it's very unlikely that they actually have military directionism, which will give them gas defense and gas attack. So let me just switch to Spain. I believe they actually don't have it. Yeah, they're not even close to having that. So the plan is to blitzkrieg Spain and add a bunch of war goals on Spain. If Germany, Austria and UK actually decide to join Spain, then we will be able to add a bunch of war goals and get tickers to actually just get 100 war score, because we'll probably have plus 50 from battles, and then at that point we only need to get 50 from occupations or stickers. It doesn't matter which one. Just get to 100%, and it should become a great war at that point. There were a few games. Actually, I know one, but I think there were more. I remember one game where the Great Wars weren't discovered in multiplayer at all. And I think it was in vanilla. I don't think we used any mods. So it just happens like that sometimes. I think it's really bad for the balance, because you need Great Wars in late game. In any case, if Great Wars are discovered, then we'll have automatic war capitulations on every side. And that would just crush Germany. So if we delete half of their armies, then Russia will be able to either push them back in their own war, or we'll just be able to declare war on Germany after that and release Russia, which would just give almost half of their cores back to Russia. I mean, all of the cores controlled by Germany. I believe that's 100% war score, so if Austria is also in that war, I don't think we can actually release, actually give back Soviet Union the Ukrainian stuff, but at least getting this from Germany will be beneficial for them. So another plan, if that doesn't work, it'll be very hard. Like, the best thing they can do is not join Spain if we actually go for Spain, and I think that's the most the best plan for us, really. Now we actually tested and tried to break through German lines. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Like, every time I played Germany, I was able to reinforce in time and push back Italians and French troops, but perhaps with Americans we might be able to push through. So the other thing is, if that all falls apart and if it doesn't work, then we have a wild card in Japan, and since he already has a lot of troops here in China, if he gets something, actually I'm not sure how that work out, but anyway, he can just move the troops to UK and start invading India. Now if they actually panic or just don't pay attention that much, we could get a lot of figures on India and we could actually force release it. And if we do that, then UK will die. Then at least they won't have that many ships, and of course their army will be much weaker. Also, one thing that we did in the previous session was, since my allies were incapable of controlling Switzerland, which was in my sphere, but then I was shackled by banning Germany and Austria, they still weren't able, even though we had more great powers in the beginning of the session, to hold the Switzerland in our hands. So we just figured out, well, if we can't hold Switzerland now, we just need to annex it, and they wouldn't risk. Or, like, I think Austria had it in their sphere, and then me and Spain and France declared war on Switzerland, got it all, and just Austria wouldn't commit to solo war against France and Italy. So I think that was a decent snatch, and quite necessary one, because the front is much easier to fight now and defend. If they had Austria on their side, that would be a huge blow for us. So this video will definitely be up on YouTube before recordings of the session, so you don't have to worry about that. I'm not gonna spoil anything. Well, actually, I already told my plans, or actually our plans, but we'll see how that works out. Hopefully we can win this. If we win this war, I think changes will be employed in Europe. A huge change of powers, maybe with Russia, we'll see. I don't know if we can actually save Russia. Like, they'll probably lose another war before we are able to win against Germany, but we'll see. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. See you, well, I guess not today, because by the time this video is up, the session will be already going. So I guess here on Sunday, there is Sunday game. I'll be uploading the video of previous Sunday session review after this one. Thanks for watching and have fun.